Okay, you ready for Dragonhunter? Okay, Dragonhunter, we're going to start at measure 18. If you have already passed this and know how to play it, awesome. I just want you to practice playing from the beginning through here, but there is something else I want you to do. Okay, starting at measure 18, I want everybody to do this. Starting at measure 18 on your music, again, I just have yours looks like this. I want you to go through and I want you to circle all the rests in your music. And if you have any slurs, I want you to circle the slurs too, okay? So that you can pay attention to them when they come up. So the reason I'm having you mark your music, I want you to watch it when you're playing, get to a point where you can see it and go, oh, I need to remember to do that. Because a lot of times we start playing and there's so much to remember and look at on here, we sometimes forget. So it's really helpful. I mean, use your pencil. If there's something else you're having a hard time remembering, you can write it in to help you remember. What I do not want you to do is write in all the finger numbers or all the note names under every single note. I don't want you to do that because you don't need to. If you look at it and you go, oh, I know that's a third finger, then just think about it and play it when you get there. If you have to stop and think, go, okay, that's a 3. If that's the only one you have a hard time remembering, then write 3 on all of the third fingers in just one line, but don't do it on the whole song. Because then that will help you go, oh yeah, that's a 3, oh yeah, that's a 3. And then when you see it again, you go, oh yeah, that's a 3. So you're teaching your brain to remember it so that you don't have to look at the numbers, that you can actually learn how to read it on the staff, okay? Because if you get really good at this, you'll be so much better at playing any kind of music you want to play. Okay, so Dragonhunter page number starting at 18, and we're going to go all the way to 38, okay? So I have my daughter Allie here with me today, and she plays the cello, so that cellos you can learn this part on yours too. So Dragonhunter starting at 18, there's half notes, okay? And so Allie and I are going to play this together for you so that you can hear how it sounds together. It sounds really cool. Okay, you can follow along in your book, or if you want to, you can play along with us if you can keep up with us. If not, just listen the first time anyway, okay? Okay, so at 18, we have 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so cool, right? It's kind of cool to play. And Viola, I'm sorry, I did not play your part. At 18, you will actually be playing half notes, and the violins rest. They don't play for a little bit, and then they come in. So just so you know, that's how that part goes. But cellos, can you hear them? Allie, will you play at 18 again? They have a bunch of eighth notes. Listen to this. This is, go, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, I think of this, if you look at it, it has a P on it. Okay, so do you remember the dynamics, what P is? Right at 18. There's 18, it has a P. P means what? It means soft, right? You're going to play soft. So this is a Dragonhunter, right? Guy looking for a dragon. What do you think that cello sounds like if it's playing soft? Do you imagine what that might be? I imagine a guy with a bow and he's trying to be quiet. And so he's like tiptoeing through the forest, looking like, dun, 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 right? He's trying to be quiet, but he's like intense because he's looking for it. So that's what it is. Cellos are intense, dun, dun, but they're quiet because it's like, you know, so play it like that when you get to that part. Then at 22, it changes. What's your dynamic at 22? What's the letter that's there? Where's 22? Right there. Can you see it? Changes to an F. F means loud. So all of a sudden you go from tiptoeing to like, ha, like maybe he found him or found the cave or something, got super excited. So violins and violas, you guys have to count on this because we play at 22. We go like this. 1, 2, sh, sh. 1, 2, sh, sh. But while we're playing cellos, okay, so that's why we have to rest on that part because they play. We aren't. We're quiet for right there. Okay, so then you've got your rests. You got to circle those rests. Watch those. Your bowings are marked too. So watch if you're down bow or up bow. On some of the notes, they're marked. If the other ones you need to mark them, go ahead and mark them. Then when we get to 28, it's a repeat of the beginning. So do you remember when we did we marked it with a triangle or a circle? If you were at Uinta or Ascent, we did this. The other Riverton music class, we didn't do this, so you can if you want to, but you're labeling something that's the same. So if you have a circle at measure number 4, that's the melody, or where it starts the beginning. You hear that again, so you're going to mark it with a circle at, is that 28? Violins, it doesn't start till 29. But did you notice? Listen to Ali play at 28. She has her repeat. Okay. And then violins have it at 29. And violas, you have this too. But what's really cool, did you hear when we played it? She starts and then I start later. So we're like echoing the cellos. So almost like we're coming in as this little army behind the hunter, right, to look for the dragon. Okay, so Allie, go ahead and play. We're going to play it together now, so I want you to hear how it sounds together. It's kind of cool. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Isn't that cool? Okay, so then just play until you get to 38. And the other thing I want you to circle is right before 38, you have, at measure 36 at the end, you have 3 letters, one's repeated. 4 letters, P-I-Z-Z. You know what that stands for? Some of you know, okay? It's pizzicato. So that's where we pluck, right? And so cellos, I want you to circle the pizzicato because you got to remember when we get to that part, you're going to be focused on the music. I know I've seen it 100 times with students that'll be just playing along. They're paying attention to music and they forget to stop and put down their bow because this is a pizzicato part. So circle that so you remember to stop and put down your bow. Okay, so on the pizzicato part, Allie, will you just show them how you do pizzicato? Do you use your bow or do you set your bow down?
You usually just hold it in your hand.
Okay, can you show them how you hold it? So see how she's holding it with those 3 fingers? She's holding it with 3 fingers, and so she's got these ones. And she's holding it right up against her hand. So see, I have all this room. Like I can go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, I can still use this finger. If I am holding up kind of like this, it's going to be really hard to pluck because I don't have very much room. So see if you can get it really back in your hand like this. And so you can keep your thumb and your finger free. Okay, now where do you put your thumb?
Right up against the fingerboard.
Okay, and same with violins and violas. You're going to stick it right up against your fingerboard. Okay, up here. Not clear up here and not like wrapped under your strings. And we don't stick it under your fingerboard. That can cause some problems too. We're just going to stick it against the side. Okay, I'm just sticking it up against the side because then you're going to pull. So you're going to pull that string. Okay, I can just pull it up and then I kind of pull it sideways and up a little bit and that gives me a really good sound. Okay, instead of having my bow kind of halfway in this like that. Okay, I can't really hit it very good. So if your bow's out of the way, you have good fingers, long fingers, as much of your finger as you can, and you're on the edge. See how my elbow's up? And Allie, where's your elbow in your pizzicato? Right, her elbow's kind of up the same way. And my thumb's going straight up. My thumb's not sideways like this. It's going up. So it's like pointing down towards my violin, and then I can pull. So when I start to pizzicato on that, I have E, D, E, E. Oops, I played a G. Okay, and so all I have is to 38, so you're only gonna just play that part pizzicato. But if you want to, you can go on and you can play it goes clear until, how far does it pizzicato? It goes clear until 54. So you're going to pizzicato for a while. You really actually can put your bow down to pizzicato this part if it's too hard to hold your bow, okay? But set it where it's close, because when you play it with the bow, you're going to have to pick it up again pretty quick. Okay? So have fun with that, and come to class on Monday or Wednesday and let me know how you did. And pass stuff off, and we'll have some fun. Okay, bye.